sector by energizing irrigation pump sets, a giant leap for the Indian agrarian economy. Since then, we have diversified into new technologies.
Welcome you all to the 55th annual results event of REC Limited. We are delighted to have you join us as we share insights into our company's performance over the past fiscal year. As you all may be aware, REC is a Maharatna company under the administrative control of Ministry of Power and is registered as a non-banking finance company, public financial institution and infrastructure financing company. REC finances the entire power infrastructure sector comprising generation, transmission, distribution, renewable energy and new technologies like electric vehicles, battery storage, pumped storage and other similar projects. More recently, REC has diversified into financing non-power infrastructure sector comprising roads, expressways, metro, rail, airports and many other such projects. So we will just be in a minute starting with the detailed presentation. Ashish, can we have the presentation? Welcome CMD sir, welcome directors. So please join us on the stage. Sir, may I request you to please, address the gathering because after this will be followed by live interaction in market hours with channels. So we have 5 channels also lined up. Over to you, sir, please.
Good afternoon, friends from media. Today, the board meeting of REC was held, and the board has approved the annual financial results as well as Q4 results for the financial year 2023-24. And I'm happy to share with you that the last financial year has been a fabulous year for REC. Our revenue from operation and total income rose by about 25% as compared to the previous year. Let me first highlight the Q4 results. Thereafter, I'll come to the annual results. In Q4 of financial year 2023-24 as compared to Q4 of previous year 2022-23, our revenue from operation and total income went up by 25%. Total income was 12,643 crore as compared to 10,124 crore in the last year's Q4. In the Q4, our net interest income rose by 29% from 3,409 crore in the Q4 of last financial year to 4,407 crore. In Q4, the highest ever profit in any quarter was achieved in Q4, 4,016 crore as compared to 3,001 crore of the previous year's Q4. Our total comprehensive income rose by 42% to 5,183 crore in Q4. I am happy to share with you that our yield has gone up by 38 BPS to 10.03% as compared to 9.65% in the Q4 of last financial year. The average cost of funds have also gone down by 3 BPS to 7.14% in Q4. The spread has improved by 41 BPS as compared to 2.48% spread in the Q4 of last financial year. The Q4 spread was 2.89%, indicating an increase of 41 BPS. The net interest margin in Q4 has increased by 31 BPS to 3.6% as compared to 3.29% of Q4 of last financial year. The return on net worth was 24.06%. Now coming to the annual financial result, our total sanctions increased by 34% from 2,68,461 crore. Our total sanctions stood at 3,58,816 crore, amounting to 34% increase in our total sanctions. The major driver of this increase in sanction was our renewable energy portfolio. Renewable energy sector has seen a growth of 533% in the last financial year. Our total sanction in renewable energy sector was 1,36,516 crore as compared to 21,554 crore in the previous year. The renewable sector comprised of solar, let me give you a breakup of 1,36,516 crore. Solar comprised of 20,956 crore as compared to previous year's 9,301 crore. The module manufacturing, we sanctioned about 21,565 crore. Large hydro projects, 32,450 crore. Pump storage hydro projects, 28,304 crore. Green hydrogen, green ammonia projects worth 7,997 crore. Electric mobility segment, we have sanctioned 7,214 crore. Wind turbine manufacturing capacity, for which we have sanctioned about 3,195 crore. Wind power, 3,453 crore. Hybrid solar and wind, 10,098 crore. These are the highlights of the various sanctions which we have issued in renewable energy portfolio. Let me reiterate the commitment given by REC that we are committed to increase our renewable energy portfolio by 10 times. Last year, our outstanding loan from renewable energy sector was about 35,000 crore, and with this kind of sanction which has happened for amounting to 1,36,000 crore last year, and in the current year we have huge pipeline of renewable energy projects, more than 1,50,000 crore. We are quite confident that our asset under management from renewable energy portfolio will see tenfold increase. By the year 2030, our renewable energy portfolio increased to about 3 lakh crore. Our total sanction, total outstanding loan, that is asset under management, has increased to 5,09,000 crore, and this year we have seen growth of 17% of our asset under management. Last year the growth under AUM was 13%. We hope to sustain this growth momentum of minimum 15 to 18% growth will happen in the next 3 to 4 years. That's why we are quite confident that our asset under management will increase to about 10 lakh crore by the end of 2030. The total disbursement in the last financial 2023-24 went up by 67%. In the previous year, disbursement was about 96,846 crore. It increased to 1,61,462 crore. The revenue from operation in the annual report went up by 20% from 39,208 crore to 47,146 crore. And we have been able to achieve the MOU target, the ambitious target given by Department of Public Enterprises. We have exceeded this MOU target. They had given target of 47,000 crore, and we have been able to achieve revenue from operation of 47,146 crore, 146 crore. Our total income has also increased by 20% from 39,253 crore in the previous year. Our total income stood at 47,214 crore. The net interest income has also gone up by 18%. Our net interest income has increased from 13,714 crore in the previous year to 16,167 crore in the financial year 2023-24. We have earned the highest ever profit after tax. Net profit has increased to 14,019 crore. It saw a jump of 27% from the previous year's 11,055 crore. The total comprehensive income of REC has increased by 49% from 10,084 crore. It has increased to 15,063 crore. The yield on our loan has increased by 26 BPS from 9.73% to 9.99%. The average cost, we have made our endeavor to reduce the cost of funding. We have increased our external commercial borrowing because we have been able to raise external commercial borrowing below 7%, while our domestic borrowing rate has been more than 7%. With a suitable mix of external commercial borrowing, we have been able to bring down our average cost of fund by 15 BPS from 7.28%. The average cost of fund has been reduced to 7.13%. The spread has also improved by 41 BPS from 2.45% to 2.86%. It has added that our net interest margin has improved by 19 BPS from 3.38% to 3.57%, and we are quite confident that we will be able to sustain net interest margin of more than 3.55% in the years to come. Our return on net worth was 22.17%. Our market capitalization in the last financial year has increased by 290% from 30,400 crore market capitalization. Our market capitalization at the end of 31st March 2024 was 1,18,757 crore. With the improvement in our asset quality and effective resolution of the stress asset, we have been able to bring down our gross NPA. Our net NPA has also come down. The net NPA has come down to 0.86%, and a number of assets are in the process of resolution. A lot of operating assets like KSK Mahanadi, Hiranmayi project, then Sinnar project. The process under NCLT has already commenced, and we quite hopeful that we will be able to resolve this stress asset in the current financial year. And we are targeting to become net zero NPA company by the end of this financial year. Our capital adequacy ratio is quite comfortable at the rate of 25.82% at the end of this financial year. Continuing with the tradition of reward to its shareholders, our Board of Directors has declared the final dividend of 5 rupee per equity share on face value of rupee 10 each. The total dividend for the financial year 2023-24 stands at 16 rupee per equity share. First interim dividend was 3 rupee per share, then 3.5 rupee, then 4.5, and the final dividend which we have declared today is 5 rupee per equity share. The total dividend in the financial year 2023-24 stands at 16 rupee per equity share. That is the highest ever dividend declared by REC. With this, I conclude by highlighting the financial results of REC. Now we are open for questions. Pass on the mic, please.
Hi, good afternoon. Rohan Sharma here from Infralogic, Mumbai. So there's one question. You had mentioned just now that the DOP target for MOUs, and then you said the revenue from operations. What's the difference between the two?
The MOU target is finalized by Department of Public Enterprises. Revenue from operation. Last year, our revenue from operation was about 39,000 crore. So they had given us the ambitious target of 47,000 crore for revenue from operation, and we have been able to overachieve it by our revenue from operation stands at 47,146 crore. This MOU is signed between REC and PFC. PFC is our holding company, but this MOU is ultimately finalized by Department of Public Enterprises. This is one of the parameters of the annual MOU which we signed under the supervision of Department of Public Enterprises.
Oh, the MOU with PFC.
Yes.
Okay. Your average cost of funds for the full year is 7.14. What is your what is the sort of lending rate for greenfield projects in infrastructure?
Okay. So, I would like to answer that. Change otherwise.
The interest rate for the infra and logistics sector, there are various segments, road, highways, and airport, port, hospitals, refineries. With each of the sector, depending upon the borrowing capability and of the borrower, the kind of security that being offered, the kind of revenue that would be flown, the interest rate varies from project to project, case to case basis. It's around 9 to 10.5%. It varies for the infrastructure.
Okay. So last one, any sort of guidance on any more overseas bonds?
Last year we raised 750 million US dollar bonds. These were the green bonds which were raised in the month of April 2023. Subsequent to that, we raised Euro Yen bonds, which was first of its kind and the highest mobilization through these type of bonds in Southeast Asia. So that was about 420 million equivalent to US dollars. So that was in virtually JPY, about $61.1 billion. So this year also we are just seeing as to whether the interest rate stabilizes or not. At present, the treasury yields are much higher. We are just waiting for the opportune time just to approach the market for the bonds. But we are raising sufficient foreign currency as far as the term loans are concerned. So they are at present much cheaper as compared to the bonds. So we are evaluating the proposals. So in case the term loans are cheaper, we go for those term loans. Otherwise, we go for the bonds.
Mr. Devangan?
Yeah.
Mr. Devangan?
Global yen bond was the first of its kind. So these were in JPY. So these were 61.1 billion US JPY. So equivalent to about 420 million US dollars. So this year also normally the market after 1 year you can again approach the market. So last year we approached. So this time again in the later half of the year we can again approach that market for equivalent raising of the equivalent amount. So that is at much cheaper also at about cost of 6.4%. All, yeah. So 6.4% all inclusive, including the hedging also.
Mr. Dimangan, this is Amit Mohile from Autocar Professional. Congratulations on the good results from Autocar Professional. Sir, you have said that you've seen from nil funding for green hydrogen, it has been 7,997 crores. Electric mobility also has seen a six-fold growth from 2,436 crores to around, electric mobility is 2,429 crores to 7,214 crores as shared with you. How do you see your financing for the green hydrogen sector helping to get scale into the sector? A, B, within electric mobility, what are the broad projects that you're looking to finance? What are you looking to finance in the future? And C, do you see a reduction in the coupon interest that would be charged from RSE, so that now that the subsidies are going away, the finance is becoming a very important aspect to increase the growth of electric mobility into the tier 2, tier 3 and tier 4 markets. So availability of low cost finance is going to be very critical to spur the growth. So maybe you can just give your guidance on the same, sir.
Okay. Thank you for asking a very relevant question. In fact, last week we were in Rotterdam attending this World Energy Congress, and we had the opportunity to interact with the world leaders and the investors and the developers which had come for the development of green hydrogen and green ammonia. World over, the research and development is going on to bring down the cost of green hydrogen. Since it is very difficult there are safety related issues with regard to storage and transportation of green hydrogen. So that's why industry has thought that it would be better to convert green hydrogen to green ammonia. It is easier to transport and store green ammonia. Right now, the cost of production of green hydrogen is coming around $5 to $6 per kg. This is the real technological challenge, and all the countries which are taking active participation in the energy transition world over, they are coming together. They talk about technological coalition which will attempt to bring down the cost of production of green hydrogen to about $1 per kg. That is the target. Like you must have observed that when solar energy was introduced in the country, that time the tariff was as high as 16 rupees, 17 rupees per unit. Now you see the solar power is the cheapest. It is costing only 2.5 rupees per unit. So similarly, when the scale of operation of green hydrogen, green ammonia increases, the cost will definitely come down. The improvement in electrolyzer technology will help in bringing down the cost, and we are quite hopeful. There are other green hydrogen, green ammonia projects in the pipeline which we are actively considering, and more of such green hydrogen, green ammonia projects are in the pipeline because world over there is huge demand of green ammonia. There are a lot of in fact, Secretary Power had led this delegation to World Energy Congress in Rotterdam. There they had deliberated that European countries, Germany, Italy, Sweden, they are all interested to import green ammonia from India. Similarly, interest has been shown by Japan. There are other countries who are willing. Now, Government of India has launched this green hydrogen mission, and I am quite sure that the entire ecosystem of green hydrogen, green ammonia will get a boost by the proactive policies being initiated by Ministry of Renewable Energy and as well as Ministry of Power, Government of India. Now coming to e-mobility related issue. So far we have sanctioned about 10,000 electric buses, and we are targeting to sanction about 50,000 electric buses along with the associated charging infrastructure. And these electric buses are coming in the metropolitan regions, particularly those cities having population of more than 40 lakh actually. So we have already identified about 10-11 cities where these electric buses are going to become more prevalent. There we are planning to finance not only original equipment manufacturer OEMs but also the operators of electric buses. Now with regard to the coupon rate, would like to respond?
Sir, मैं
एक क्वेश्चन बच गया.
sorry Sorry?
Last portion of the question was there about coupon rate. उसका बता दो.
Coupon, it depends. Normally, at present, the interest rates are much elevated. So they are likely to come down this particular financial year. So we are hoping that our cost of borrowing will come down. So accordingly, once the cost of borrowing comes down, then we'll be able to adjust the lending rates also accordingly. So at least 50 basis points reduction should be there in this particular financial year. So accordingly, the rates, our cost of borrowing should normalize at about 7% on the outstanding borrowing as such.
So whatever is the current cost of borrowing, if you look at our numbers in terms of sanctions as well as disbursements, we are very competitive. And our interest rates are linked with our borrowings. And what Sanjay ji was trying to say that in future, if our interest rate on our borrowings comes down, we'll of course pass on that benefit to our borrowers also. But currently we are very, very competitive.
सर मैं दैनिक हिंदमाता हिंदी पेपर से मैं बैठा हूँ, वीबी मानिक हमारा नाम है। सर आपके ऑफिस में क्या राष्ट्रभाषा का प्रचलन नहीं है क्या?
दिस इज एन ऑफ ट्रैक क्वेश्चन, वी विल अभी हमको रिजल्ट्स का ही बात करेंगे। मेरी बात सुनिए, रिजल्ट्स का ही बात करते हैं, मैं आपसे बाद में बात कराता हूँ।
मैं बता देता हूँ बोले, राष्ट्रभाषा का प्रचलन है और इनफैक्ट राष्ट्रीय राजभाषा समिति ने आरईसी को अवार्ड भी दिया है। जो हमारे 22 कार्यालय हैं पूरे देश में, उन सब में यथासंभव हम लोग हिंदी में लिखना को प्रोत्साहित करते हैं। और जहाँ जो हिंदी भाषी प्रदेश हैं उनके साथ हमारा पत्र व्यवहार भी हिंदी में ही होता है। परंतु टू एड्रेस लार्जर ऑडियंस वी हैव प्रिफर्ड इन इंग्लिश, बट वी आर इक्वली कंफर्टेबल इन राजभाषा ऑल्सो। तो आपका स्वागत है। राष्ट्रभाषा को हम प्रोत्साहित करेंगे, पूरी तरह से प्रतिबद्ध हैं।
आशीष गो अहेड।
सर मैं एक विकास फ्रॉम एनडीटीवी प्रॉफिट्स।
सर इफ आई कैन टेक दिस इन इंग्लिश प्लीज।
उसमें एक ऐड करना चाहते हैं, जो हिंदी का जो ब्रीफिंग है, प्रेस रिलीज को हम हिंदी में भी प्रस्तुत दे रहे हैं आपको।
आशीष गो अहेड प्लीज।
Sir, quick two questions, sir. So there is a write back which is aiding the profit in this reporting quarter. What is the write back? It's over 700 crore if I'm not wrong. And secondly, lots being said about lack of private capex during the fiscal year. So in your loan book, what is the composition between state-run or quasi sort of public sector versus private capex, which is aiding your growth in disbursements and other things, sir?
Right now, our outstanding loan to private sector is only about 10%. 90% is to the state utilities. But as I told you that our ambition is to increase our renewable energy portfolio. Renewable energy projects are coming in mostly in private sector. As the share of renewable energy business increases, our loan to private sector will also increase. From 10%, which is at present 10%, it will increase to about 30% by the year 2029-30. With regard to write back, Sanjay would like to, or Bhavija ji.
Regarding this write backs, we have a write back of 713 crore rupees.
Sir, on the mic, please.
Mic.
We have a write back of 713 crore rupees. That comes mainly because of the write back we have done in case of Lanco Amarkantak. That project has already been recommended by the COC and it is in the NCLT for final wordings. So the majority parts we have already reversed whatever best was possible, and that is sure what amount we are getting. According to that, we have finalized the figure, and that is going to come as per the progress already held and taken place in the project, sir. And some of the other write backs which have been done, which is based on the rating of the borrowing agencies. Around 20 to 22 agencies have upgraded as per the integrated rating done by the Ministry of Power. So with that, they have given the higher weightage, and with that higher weightage, the amount has been reversed. So these are the basic reasons for reversal of the ECL provision.
Yes, sir. Vikas here from NDTV Profit. You said that you want to be a net zero NPA company by this year end. So last in second quarter when we met, I remember you said you had close to 19 projects which were still pending, which had to be cleared. So how many of them have been cleared, and also in value terms, if you can say how many projects are remaining? And second question is on, you also said that you want to fund non-power projects now. So if you can give some details, because we have a lot of details on renewables, but we don't have on other non-power projects. If you can talk about that.
Okay. First, coming to this, last time I had mentioned that initially we had 36 projects stressed assets, 17 had already been resolved and 19 were in the process of resolution. So we have been able to resolve Lanco Amarkantak now. Bhadrashwar is in the final stage. Nagai is also in the final stage. And Dance Energy has already been resolved. Now, about 9 projects are heading towards liquidation, for which we have already made 100% provisioning. And for that, we already carried out technical write-off. So that, there are 7 projects. So next year, it will be written off. And the remaining operating projects, as I had mentioned, that KSK Mahanadi, Sinnar, then Hiranmai, they are in the process of bidding, and there are small projects are there. They are also under this process of resolution. That's why we are quite confident in the current financial we will be able to resolve all this stress asset. And you might have observed that not a single NPA has been added into our kitty in the last 8 quarters. Last 2 years, not a single new NPA has been added. And we are taking due precautions that we are focusing on good asset quality, good entity, so that, and where revenue cash flows are ensured, our repayment obligations would be met by borrowers. Only those assets we are financing. Now coming to your question about infrastructure, logistics, non-power.
Total values for these projects which are getting resolved.
Total value? 13,811 crore.
20,800.
13,000. Total gross. Gross NPA is 13,811 crore. They'll all get resolved in the current financial year. Now coming to the question of non-power infrastructure logistics. Ministry of Power had allowed us in the month of October 2022 to diversify into non-power infrastructure logistics. And in the first year, we were very cautious. We sanctioned only those infrastructure projects which were there in the state sector, supported by the state government guarantee, like MMRDA metro projects, MSRDC, Mumbai-Pune Expressway Highway. These kind of projects were approved by us. And in addition to that, we had also financed this Hindustan Petroleum's refinery project in Barmer, then Jindal Steel project in the state of Odisha. Thereafter, we have also financed, we have been able to finance some hybrid annuity model road projects in the state of Uttar Pradesh, in the state of Maharashtra. Some hybrid annuity model projects have been sanctioned. Then we also sanctioned IT infrastructure project, then super specialty hospital, airport financing we have started, Goa, Visakhapatnam Airport, Kurnool Airport, we are in the process of refinancing the proposal. And anything else, Bush, about the Kannur Airport refinancing?
Kannur International Airport, 1,100 crores. So various projects till March 2024 this year, around 1,25,000 crores had been sanctioned. And this year we have a target of sanctioning of at least 1 lakh crore under infra and logistics segment alone.
Disbursement would be how much for this?
Around 17,000 crores loan assets under infra, core non-power infra, 17,000 crores. And this year we have a target of disbursement of at least 40,000 crores. Disbursement 40,000 crores and 1 lakh crore under infra and logistics.
Let me clarify that we are not going all the way for this non-power infrastructure logistics, because we are getting sufficient business in power sector, renewable sector itself actually. Now, Ministry of Power has decided that 94,000 megawatt capacity would be required from coal-based power plants. They are coming mostly in the state sector and central sector. There also we see huge opportunity, coal-based power plants, because the base load, the renewable energy is intermittent in nature. it cannot provide base load. Base load comes from the coal-based thermal power plant. So while country is trying to install 500 gigawatt of renewable energy capacity by the year 2030, will still require addition of coal-based capacity. There also we see huge opportunity for financing. At least 30 to 40% business will come to us. So since our hands are full in the power sector, renewable energy sector, we are very choosy about this infrastructure and logistic projects. Those projects where revenue cash flows are assured, the entity is good, asset quality is good, only those infrastructure and logistic projects we are targeting.
So one last question from my side. For thermal based power plants, how many are expected this year?
Last year about 12,000 megawatt capacity, sorry. So, let me just give overall picture that total 94,000 megawatt capacity is going to be added. Out of 94,000 megawatt capacity, 20,000 will come in from NTPC. NTPC doesn't take financing from us. Remaining 74,000 megawatt capacity will come state sector or by DVC or NLC. There, at least we are targeting about 50% of the market. That if we are targeting 37,000 megawatt capacity, assuming now the cost of coal-based power plant has gone up, it is coming around 10 crore per megawatt. So it will require 3,70,000 crore for this coal-based capacity itself if we are targeting 50% of that market.
Sir, I am Venugopal Pillai from TND India. I would like to know how was REC's performance in FY24 with respect to the power TND sector specifically, and how did it compare with FY23? And what is your take on the current year FY25?
TND sector comparison बता दें. TND sector is looking up actually because the revamped distribution sector scheme, RDSS, right. Their loss reduction work, the counterpart funding will happen from this year.
Right.
Last year we had sanctioned a number of projects. Right. The disbursement will start now, and the remaining projects we are going to sanction. Loss reduction project are giving good business opportunity. Second is transmission. This evacuation of green energy through green energy corridor is also giving us a very good business.
Right.
And with regard to smart metering, I wanted to add, the smart metering is another component under RDSS.
Right.
There also we have started financing the AMISP service providers.
Right.
That also is giving us good business. The comparison you can give.
You have some figures, sir, for TND sector?
Yeah, bata.
As far as the distribution is concerned, the total sanctions this year was 1,13,586, as compared to 82,304 in the previous, in the corresponding year of the last year. Corresponding last year. Similarly, the disbursements which happened in the distribution sector were 50,847. 50,847, 86,291 as compared to 50,847.
Right, sir.
So that also was much higher as compared to the corresponding last year. And as far as the transmission sector is concerned, the total disbursement this year was 6,566 crore rupees as compared to 3,050 crore rupees in the last year.
So it's nearly double.
So in both distribution as well as transmission, so there was much higher disbursements as well as sanctions.
Right.
So
I just had a quick question. Through your subsidiary REC PDCL, you are also the bid process coordinator for a lot of these the TBCB schemes. So can we get an idea as to at the moment how many schemes are you handling as BPC that haven't yet been handed over? And what is the investment therein?
So as bid process coordinator, we have close to 23 projects, 24 projects in hand.
Okay.
Out of which roughly 5 projects are likely to be transferred to the successful bidders.
Right.
And then we have very recently got 2 more projects allocated for which we will start the bid process.
TBC.
So 23 minus 5 plus 2, I mean this is a dynamic number which keeps changing.
And the investment, I mean the estimated cost by NCT, some idea you have about this?
So as bid process coordinator, we actually are permitted to get some fee. Which is in the range, irrespective of size of project, in fact, which is in the range of 5 to 15 crore. Not irrespective of price of contract. Actually, it is linked with price of contract, total estimated cost. But the minimum is 5 crore and maximum is 15 crore.
Sir, and can you highlight the role as BPC before handing over the project SP, the
day
pre-project activities that you do?
Correct. So the day the project is awarded or allocated to us,
Right.
we of course incorporate a project-specific company and then undertake all the operations of that particular company as per the Companies Act. That includes of course putting your own directors, minimum 3 directors, auditor, and so many other things. Then also for that particular specific project, we undertake a survey of the transmission project that will traverse through one locality to another locality. That also we do. And then of course we conduct the transparent bid process in accordance with the guidelines of the Ministry of Power and select the bidder who offers the lowest tariff. That is broadly the activity.
Yeah, correct. So as far as pre-project activities go, you do the survey and all that for the.
So it is of course survey, which is a major activity, and then of course it is linked with conducting that bid process in which there are several technical questions regarding the project, commercial questions regarding the project. That also we are expected to address.
Thank you so much for the questions. The next thing is that we are going by embargo by 4:15 for the television. So I will just request the newspapers and some wires to give 5 minutes to speak with CMD here now, and then we go to the television next. Thank you.